Today, we're going to discuss about the endocrine system in focuses more on the metabolism and excretion. Metabolism is the process of converting fuel from food into energy for the body to function. Hormones concentration in the plasma depends on its rate of secretion by the endocrine gland, its rate of removal from the blood, either by excretion, metabolic transformation. The liver or kidneys are the major organs that excrete or metabolize hormones. However, they are not the only routes for eliminating hormones. Sometimes the hormones is metabolized by the cell upon which it acts. In the metabolism of peptide hormones, in the case of peptide hormones, endocytosis of hormones, receptor complexes on plasma membranes enable cells to remove the hormones rapidly from their surface and catabolize them intracellularly. The receptors are then often recycled to the plasma membrane. This is also the rate of metabolism, excretion of the different types of hormones. So, catecholamine and peptide hormones are excreted rapidly or attacked by enzymes in the blood and tissue, thus tend to remain in the bloodstream for only brief periods. In contrast, because proteins-bound hormones are less vulnerable to excretion or metabolism by enzymes, removal of the circulating steroids and thyroid hormones generally take longer. The categories of the hormones are types, which the types is the peptide and catecholamines, which its major form in plasma is free. Location of its receptors are the plasma membrane, and the signal transduction are the receptors outer channels intrinsic to the receptor, enzymatic activity intrinsic to the receptor, enzyme activity of cytoplasmic GAK kinases associated with the receptor, G proteins in the plasma membrane. These control plasma membrane channels or enzyme that generates second messenger, which is the CAMP or DAG or IP3. The rate of excretion of metabolism is fast, maybe a minute to an hour. Then there is the type of steroids and thyroid hormones, which its major form in plasma is protein-bound. Its location of receptors is in the cell interior, which its signal transduction mechanism is the receptors directly alter gene transcription, slow. Its rate of excretion and metabolism is slow. In some cases, metabolism of the hormones after its secretion activates rather than inactivates it. In other words, the secreted hormone may be relatively or completely unable to act upon a target cell until metabolism transforms it into a substance that can act. But how does the endocrine system control metabolism? The thyroid gland directly affects metabolism as it is the portion of the endocrine system responsible for secreting hormones that controls the rate at which the body cells burns fuel for energy. The hypothalamus and the pituitary in the brain controls the normal secretion of thyroid hormone, which in turn controls metabolism. Finally, there is another kind of activation that applies to a few hormones. Instead of the hormones itself being activated after secretion, it acts enzymatically on the completely different plasma protein to split off a peptide that functions as the active hormone. Summary of the process metabolism and excretion of hormones is that endocrine cells secretes hormones goes to plasma hormones, and then plasma hormones goes into 4 different functions, which is excreted, inactivated by metabolism, activated by metabolism, catalyzes formation of active hormone from plasma protein. The 2 which is the activated by metabolism and catalyzes formation of active hormone from plasma protein goes to the response to hormone, which is the target cell. And that's the end of our topic.